Hello, hello, everybody. Good evening, good morning. It depends which location are you watching us from. I'm very excited tonight. This is Coach Jeanine and Queen Roberta. We are so excited to be here because this is our first. It's gonna be a series of lives that we're gonna be doing with Coach Roberta. That she's definitely coming with special nuggets for you. So please take some pen and pencil and notebook so you can be able to write down every single thing she's going to be giving them, okay? Because we are really approaching almost like the quarter of the 2024 and 2023 going to 2024. We want to make sure that you are ready for your business. So that's why many of you been asking, Jeanine, can you be able to make sure that you bring different topics so we can be able to learn and to get some strategy. And many of you have been requesting to learn more about sponsorship, to learn more about grants, to learn more, really more about finding different stream of income for your business. So this is one of the experts that I'm really excited about, Queen Roberta. She's definitely an expert and a true servant that I'm so excited to be able to partner with her so she can be able to come on, guys. She's definitely a busy lady, but she really blessed us with her presence to come and answer your questions and also to be able to give you the nugget that you need. So welcome, Queen Roberta.
Thank you for having me, Coach Jeanine. I really appreciate it. Everyone, hi. I hope all is going well with you. It's a pleasure to be here to share my expertise. I've been in the sponsorship space for a very long time. So if I can help you secure sponsors to get so you can get the funding that you're looking for, the money, the resource for events that you are passionate about, I am here to share my expertise to help you achieve that goal.
Absolutely. And the reason why I'm just going to share with you, Queen Robert, the reason why I really see that those who approached me and asking about sponsorship, they're very passionate about this. But guess what? I know for sure, just by listening by you and many others too, uh, passion, it's not enough. You need information, right?
Yes, absolutely. So passion, what that does, it allows you to get up and try again. When doors are closed, when people say no to you, when you're not feeling well, when no one's supporting you, and so many other, you don't have the funding, whatever it is, the passion is what keeps you going. The
Absolutely.
And that's 90% of it is passion. The 10% is receiving the information, is going out, searching for the information, is getting the information that you need to achieve your goal. So if it's lack of funding, if it's you need more funding, then you find out how can I get the funding? Sponsorship is one way for you to get funding, especially it doesn't matter if you are a nonprofit or for profit. If you are a nonprofit, you can get grants, you can get sponsorship. But if you are an individual, you can also get. It doesn't matter. So if one of those things, the point that I'm making is, if one of those things is funding, then that's what I'm here for for you to get is the funding through sponsorship. So yes, 90% is passion and 10% is getting the information that you need, whether you can use that information to get the right people on your team, whether it's to connect with the right people like yourself, Coach Jeanine, people globally, professionals go globally, then it's getting that information from individuals to achieve that goal. So the 10% is information.
Okay. Well, thank you for mentioning that because I really want to go right into the 90%. So you said the 90% it's passion. Now, would you clarify or would you really explore more, expand it more when you say passion? Do you think passion and mindset are 90% or just passion?
Absolutely. So I'm just going to talk from my experience. I believe the passion overrides the mindset, and then the mindset is what shows up with the success. So for me personally, my mindset was off. I mean, because of my personal life, it just kept throwing blows at me, these punches, right? So that kept me off of my mindset of being strategic. I can go into my stories of in 2020, I didn't have any place to stay. Just being sleeping in the park right across the street, literally, like you can walk across the street to my family home. So the mindset, even if I had the full mindset to have a strategic plan to achieve my business goals, or I had the mindset and how to be successful in business, that's one thing. But my passion is something, and when I say passion, it was something in me that did not allow me to give up on teaching individuals how to secure sponsors. I wanted to give up. I couldn't stop. It was like something that was put inside of me that I just could not stop. And that's what I mean with passion. If you go to sleep, or when you go to sleep and you think about your event, I'm supposed to be helping my community, I'm supposed to be doing this event. If that keeps popping up, like that's the passion. I was able to write my book through everything, the struggles that I went through, coming out of a relationship that was with a narcissist, moving 300 miles away into a new area where I didn't know anyone, so I could have a peace of mind. But every situation that I was in, I continue with sponsorship. It's not like I could have stopped. So that's the passion. Now I'm great at event sponsorship. I know my stuff, but when it comes to running a business, I need that 10% that I now need to learn how to do marketing. I need to know how to do branding. I need to know how to do this. And the funny thing, Coach Jeanine, right? My website. I my website, I've changed it. Anyone who has been with me for a long time, I've changed my website about a million times because I didn't understand branding. I didn't understand. And my website developer stayed with me for over a decade, making all these changes that I I have to do all over again because I didn't understand. I didn't have the I guess the 10% of how to do that, but I always had the passion.
Yeah.
Without the passion, I would have given up.
Oh wow. And that's something to me that just by listening to you, Queen Roberta, I really see that you are a servant leader, and those are the signs that really show me like what's really a true servant leader, because we don't give up. Even though we're tired, sometimes we're exhausted, we burn out sometimes, but we just don't give up, because just like what you said, sometimes you sleep, you wake up, that's all you think about. And to me, I mean, I can really relate to that, because that's what you've been carrying. It's an assignment. It's almost like an assignment, like a calling that you have to fulfill. Those are the solution that you're bringing, and again, you stay in the game and figure things out. And I'm glad that you have people around who can be able, to really take care of that 10% or figure things out on the 10%, the branding and everything. But definitely that's where I love really your passion and your heart to serve, because if you don't have a heart to serve, you will give up. Trust me, you will give up. You say, you know what? Maybe it's not for me, especially after receiving no and no's and no's, does no. I mean, you will give up, but because this is your calling, this is your passion to serve. That's why it was just in you. So I can definitely relate, and many of the business owners are listening to us. We want you to remember that, guys. If you know for sure, and you know this is what you've been called to do, this is your passion, stick with it. It could be hard, but stick with it, because you know your why. So we're just really encouraging you to stick with us today. So because Queen Roberta, she's giving great nuggets about how you can be able to prepare to be able to secure your sponsorship in 2024. So Queen Roberta, can you also just describe what are the steps? Because I know, you're gonna go into the details about the class on the 15th, how to really get us ready for that. But can you just, in general, overall, can you just tell us how many steps it is in a sponsorship
Okay.
process?
So even before I touch on that, what I just mentioned, and you're absolutely correct.
Hmm.
Persistent and consistency is definitely needed when approaching sponsors, because there are people too. If the first sponsor says no and you're just like, this sponsorship is not working for me, that's not the attitude to have, right? You have to look at, are you giving sponsors enough time to make a decision? Are you giving the process enough time, right? If you're waiting until the last minute, maybe the sponsorship professional is out of the office. Maybe, they don't have the budget or whatever it is. You have to find out exactly what that no is about. Sometimes you cannot find out, but you need to be consistent. One sponsor says no, fine, move on to the next one. At least you receive an answer from that sponsor, So it's like, don't give up. It is a process. It's like if you go to the bank for a loan and you have to pay that back with interest. Sponsorship, you don't. You're just returning value. So you go to the next bank, and you go to the next bank until you get your yes. And you want to find out why all these no's. It's your credit, it's what's going on, right? Same thing with sponsorship. But again, the good thing about sponsorship, it does not put you in debt.
Yes.
So that
Good.
you're right.
Thank you,
So
Lord.
that's a good thing. Right.
That is
So
a good thing. I'm glad you mentioned that, Akunobel, because again, this is some of the nuggets. A lot of people, they don't know this, that you need to bring value and you need to know how to articulate. So I'm so excited because Queen Roberta gonna really teach us how, we're gonna do some activity in the class. So, like because guys, it's just now October the 15th. We're gonna keep going. So some of the class, she's gonna really help us to articulate our value, so we don't have to receive so many no's from our from our sponsor. So she's gonna really educate us and get it, really getting us ready to be able, to be able put everything together. So we are clear, crystal clear about our values and how we're bringing our, the value in the community. So I'm all excited about that. But go ahead, keep going.
absolutely, definitely, you want to minimize the no's, and how you do that is learning, right? Learning
Yes.
how sponsorship works. If you're going in there speaking the wrong language, then chances are you're going to get that no. So you come out to the class and you find
Yes.
out, like, definitely would minimize no's for sure, because now you're doing things the right way. So the steps, so we have a shortcut, right? I have a shortcut to securing sponsors. And then there's the long. There are 9 steps that I gave. If you were to go to my website, you'll see all 9 steps in the video, right? You go um, to eventsandsponsors.com and you scroll down to the bottom. There's a video, and you bear with it at the end. It's like a 3-minute video, 3 point something minute video, under 4 minutes. And at the end, I give 9 steps. So the shortcut is, one, understand sponsorship. Just like if I want to become successful at global networking, I need to ask you, Coach Jeanine, what do I do? How do I become successful at this, right? So one, seek understanding. And then after that, know about your event, understand your event audience, understand what value you're offering to sponsors. So really get a grip um, of your audience. And then the next thing is create a sponsorship proposal. Now, if you do not know how to create a sponsorship proposal, you can get help with that. I can help you with that. We can,
Yes.
Coach Neem, we can make a workshop for that if you would like, on how to create a sponsorship proposal. But here's why I jumped into right after get a sponsorship proposal, because in that proposal, you'll have information about your event, about what you're offering the sponsors, right? So those are the 3 steps to get you started. One, understand sponsorship. The second is understand your event. And the third one is have your sponsorship proposal. Of course, after that, you want to target the right sponsors, send out your sponsorship proposal to the right sponsors, and then follow up. So that's just a shortcut of it, of how to get started with sponsorship. So let's say, for example, now you understand sponsorship, and know what to do. You still will need to have a good sponsorship proposal. And individuals who believe that they know it and they receive a lot of no's, most likely, especially when I look at some of the sponsorship proposal, it's undervalued, right? And sometimes they ask for too much and give too little. And then most times is the language. Yeah. So again, if you want to do, a class, a workshop together,
Right.
I'm all in. I'm all in
That's
for that.
that's all. So, can you just briefly talk to us about, you maybe give an example of the language, of a sponsor, you know?
Oh, absolutely. One of the biggest mistakes that I've seen is asking. So the sponsorship letter or proposal, it will start, dear Mr. Sponsor, I'm having an event and I would like for you to become a sponsor of this event. This is what's taking place. And we get into, the body of it, and then coming to the very end, it will say, I look forward to you donating to my event. And that's a huge red flag, because you started off with asking for the sponsorship, then you change it to donation. And with the language is, what really are you asking me for? Are you asking me for the sponsorship, or are you asking me to donate? Two different things. Um, Another red flag, if you would like for me to add that,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
is, well, that's what I mean by the language. That's what you asked me about. So that's what I mean about the language. Another, that's the hugest one that I see, and it's still happening today. And I've mentioned this, a lot of times. A lot of people want to offer sponsors just the visibility part of it. So not to say the language is bad. I'm not saying that, but you can offer a sponsor much more than just visibility. So
Now, Queen Roberta, do you think it's a good idea to put in the a letter? Say, I'm inviting you. Like this sponsor, I'm inviting you to be part of my events. Okay, like you don't put the donation language, but you asking directly for an amount of, like the amount, like you put also the amount. Do you think it's a good thing, especially if you don't have any relationship? I personally don't think it would good, but you are the expert. Please tell us, how do you format the language by there?
okay, let me make sure I understood your question. You're asking, should
So
sponsorship seekers put how much money they're asking for in the sponsorship?
yeah, on the letter, yeah, yeah, on the letter. Do you think it's wise to do that, or because I have this kind
Absolutely.
of relationship? Really?
Absolutely. And I know you sponsor events, and you just said it's not a good thing. And I've heard people, who
Okay.
work in, who have people who have some experience with sponsorship. I heard they said, don't put it in there with sponsors. But here is why it's important to
Okay.
put what you're asking for. And of course, you want to be flexible. In the letter,
Yeah.
you can say, I can create a package just for you. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And that's another thing, too.
Yeah.
People are saying, well, why do packages? Right? So let's put it this way. Someone is coming to you, Coach Jeanine, because you've sponsored an event, and I'm asking you to, I know that I need, let's say, $15,000. Let's
Mm-hmm.
just say this, right? And I qualify you. I know that this is a type of event you sponsor. I know you can afford to sponsor $15,000, right? I did my homework, right?
Mm-hmm.
And even if I did not do my homework, is how much you can afford, because it didn't show up online, or I didn't have that piece of information. This is what I need in order to make my event successful. So then I could come to you and say, I'm looking for $15,000 in sponsorship. So you would then make a decision. Can you afford to sponsor my event? Do you have that type of funding? Right? I can also put that there's something that's called a la carte sponsorship proposal, where I can put all of these types of benefits and or activations that you will receive. And this one costs $1,000, and this one costs $6,000, and this one costs $500. And so you can then choose what it is that you want. Now, during the conversation, you can let me know, like, listen, this is my budget. But to just send, and I've also, seen sponsorship proposal when people leave out their budget, you're wasting people's time. So let's
Okay.
pretend now that I sent you a sponsorship proposal, and it has no, you don't know how much this sponsorship proposal costs, right? This sponsorship, you don't know the sponsorship fee, how much this opportunity costs. And it's something great. It's, it puts you on the next level in your business, right? How do you then handle that? What would you do next? It's a perfect opportunity. No money is discussed. I know how much money I need
Right.
to make my event a reality and to give you those strategies to put you on the next level.
Okay.
How do you respond to that?
Well, I think that's definitely it depends on the sponsor. But to me, like when again, this is the first time I've seen this sponsor seeker. I think I would definitely see if I
No, as
already
a
know.
sponsor,
Mhm.
you are the person who's sponsoring the event. So you have two proposals coming to you.
Mhm.
Same exact opportunity. One
Okay.
has a budget, one has the how much they're looking for, or they have the a la carte where that you have different
Right.
options,
Mhm.
and then the other one has no budget.
Right.
Which one, as a sponsor, which one would you find most intriguing to call and follow up with?
I think the one who has a budget, of course. Yes. Hmm.
Why is that?
No, because it's clear. Like I kind of see the picture, but I will definitely make sure that it's in my really, it my in my on my level that I can be able to, make sure that I can be able to. First of all, their vision. That's the value that they're bringing. That will be my number. Not so much the numbers. I will look at that too, but I will look at it. This, sponsor seeker is really aligned with what I'm looking for, especially as far as values.
Well, of course. Well, that's what I mentioned. The benefits that they are offering you, the opportunity, it aligns with what you're
Yeah.
looking for. They say, listen, I
Yeah.
know you are a global networker. I have this, this where I can have some type of technology that can help
Yeah.
you connect faster
Mhm.
globally.
Mhm.
And for you to have access to this, I would like for you to become a sponsor. So imagine if
Okay.
I know you said you will choose that one, but imagine a proposal that doesn't have the budget, and then you call them, and then they're coming up with some type of number that you can't even afford. You just wasted your time, and you're going deeper into a rabbit hole trying to
Right.
negotiate. The person
Right.
is now pulling you through the rags, saying, okay, well, let me get back to you, let me
Yeah.
check. Now
Yeah.
they want to give you smaller bits, which would take longer for you to achieve your goal, or might not even align any longer with your goals. Who knows? But it just putting the money out there, it just saves a lot of time.
Okay. Hope guys, I hope you listening to our expert, Queen Roberta, definitely. Because again, she knows she's been doing this ongoing. So this is something for you to consider. And I hope you're taking notes definitely because we just gonna let her, we're gonna be wrapping up soon, but we're gonna let her really telling us some few things to expect for October the 15th again. I just put the link on the chat. If you haven't registered yet, guys, the seats are very limited. Okay, so make sure that you register so you can join us for the class. It's only 1 to 2, so it's really not that it's not gonna take that long. So we can be able to really, she can be able to pour into you about what do you put. in place. What do you need to shift in your mind so you can be able to secure sponsorship in 2024? Okay, so don't wait the last minute. It's only almost a week from now, guys. So make sure that you sign up. And also after this video, I'm gonna put the link as well. So please sign up. So you don't have to call me at the last minute because I won't be able to get you in. Trust me, I won't. So make sure that you sign up this weekend so you can join us for sponsorship and for the training with Queen Roberta. Queen Roberta, you have the mic.
Thank you so much. I love what you said about pouring in. And
Yes.
I love that because that's what I enjoy doing, helping people achieve their goals when it comes to sponsorship. So I'm pouring into you what I know, what I've experienced, the insights from what has been, the insights that have been given to me, just sharing that with you. You do not want to wait until the last minute to secure sponsors. You don't want it takes see before you get to the sponsorship, which is the funding, you need to secure the sponsors. The sponsors are the entities that give you the funding.
Mm-hmm.
Get it? So it takes at times to build that relationship with the sponsor, with that entity that gives you the money. So we are going into the holidays right now, right? We have all these Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's coming up. So you want to start the process now so that you can kind of like skip ahead into the 2024. If you start in January after the new year, learning, taking in this information, learning it, then it puts you back. You want to have at least 6 months to a year.
Mm-hmm.
If it's a small sponsorship, if it's a small fee, yeah, you could do it in 3 months or less. But you still need time to market. If you're providing marketing benefits, you still need time to market that sponsor. So if you're providing visibility, let's say you're using social media to provide visibility, maybe you want to do that for 3 weeks, maybe you want to do it for a month, depending on whatever it is that you promised that sponsor. Is it 5,000 new likes? Is it 300 email addresses? How long will it take you to get those email addresses? So you want to give yourself sufficient time. Just like any self-help book, this is a self-help workshop. You get the information early and you start the process. Give yourself enough time, especially if you are a solopreneur and you are the one who is planning the event. You are the one who will be securing the sponsors. You're getting the sponsorship as well. That's like two jobs. So you need to give yourself enough time so you don't get burnt out
Yes.
as well, and so that you can receive more success, so you can increase your rate of success.
Absolutely, Queen Roberta. Thank you. Hello, hello, Coach Tina, and another Coach Tina. I have two Coach Tina here. Coach Tina Ramsey, good to see you. And Coach Tina, young man, I'm so excited to see you, Queens, joining us. Thank you so much. Merci beaucoup encore de se joindre ce soir à nous. Moi, c'est Coach Jeanine. Je suis en train de parler avec Queen Roberta par rapport au sponsorship. Donc, nous sommes vraiment dans la joie parce qu'aujourd'hui, elle nous a parlé aussi de cet événement qui va prendre place le 15 octobre. Donc, achetez vos billets. On a déjà les billets là. C'est juste dans le chat. Donc, n'hésitez pas parce que si vous attendez au dernier moment, on ne peut pas aussi vous enregistrer. Donc, enregistrez-vous maintenant parce qu'elle va donner beaucoup des éléments par rapport à vos événements en 2024. So, make sure that you definitely register today. Make sure that you do that because I don't want you to be calling me or messaging me at the last day because we definitely have some seats are very, very limited. So make sure that you sign up so you can join me, Coach Tina, Coach Roberta, and all the ladies and gentlemen that will be there, making sure that you're joining us so you can be able to secure your sponsorship in 2024 because this is something all of you been asking me about. And then there we go. We have it. So we have the experts in the room. Make sure that you join us so you can be able to be part of, because this is really a movement that we have started helping people, especially with all this wonderful servant leader we're bringing on this step on this platform. So thank you again, Queen Roberta. I know it was just very short, but we're gonna be coming in every week to be able to give them some strategy. Any last minute words, some takeaway message for them?
Absolutely. Know your event audience. That's one. Know the purpose of your event and know the expected outcome. So, in order you have an event, something that's put in you, know your event purpose. What's the purpose of your event? Like, really, what's the purpose of it? And then the next thing is, what's the expected outcome? When you do your event, when you have it, when you plan it and implement it, what is the takeaway? What do you expect from it? And then the next thing is know your audience. Who are you serving? So that helps. And then you start to get into the sponsorship process and learn that soon, because even when you learn it, it will give you an ideas to become clear, even clearer on your purpose and your expected outcome. It can do that, and it definitely will help you to secure sponsors and get sponsorships in 2024 and beyond.
Absolutely. You have heard from the expert, guys. This is the opportunity to really learn how to get for your conference, for your podcast, for your magazine. I mean, any business, you can be able to get sponsorship. So this is really great information that you need to be able to share this podcast, please, so all your friends and business owners or business partners can be able to also listen to the same information. Guys, we know that, really, if you care, you can be able to share, right? So share this podcast so many people can be able to join us on October the 15th. Thank you again for tonight, and I'll see you guys on Sunday. Bye bye.